Okay, so we've gone through some of the basics, so now we're actually going to get into our cut sequences. We're going to start off with our steep pitch roof. This is our hypothetical roof with our roof ladder set up, and here's where we're going to cut our 4x4 hole. So we're going to strip down to the frame to better show what's happening underneath. So cut number 1 is our indicator cut. That's going to locate our outside member and tell us the outside border of our box. It's also the only cut that's made away from your point of egress. Cut 2 is going to be our head cut. And that's a horizontal cut at the top of our box made towards the roof ladder. Now the first rafter you come to is going to be your center rafter. You're going to roll over that rafter and then stop at the next rafter. It's what we call roll 1, stop at 2. Cut 3 is a vertical cut made on the far side of our box, and that's our far side border. Cut 4 is your horizontal cut at the bottom of the box. Roll 1, stop at 2. Cut 5 is another vertical cut made to the inside to complete your box. So now we're going to show you some actual cuts on an actual roof. So the first firefighter on the roof is going to sound the roof with the rubbish hook. Now in sounding he's looking for two things. One, he's trying to get an idea of the overall structural integrity of the roof. And number 2, he's trying to sound to locate those members. Once the team reaches the spot where they want to cut the hole, they're going to perform their tool swap. And for the tool swap, the saw always goes to the fire side. Handle first with the chain brake set. Now if working off the roof ladder, if you ever feel unsure of your footing, you can always use your rubbish hook as a brace for your foot. And this is performed by bearing the uphill tine of the rubbish hook into the deck. Now remember, this is not a step, so you shouldn't be standing on the rubbish hook. Rather, it's simply a device to keep your foot from sliding backwards. Now what we don't want to see is using the rubbish hook as a back brace. The problem is, if the sawyer is going to lose his footing, it's typically just going to be because his foot slips, which is going to cause him to go face first onto the deck, and he's just going to slide right under the rubbish hook. Now we're going to go through an actual cut in its entirety. Now before you made your 5th cut, you still have a relatively intact roof. You've got that one side still connected, which provides you with a relative safe zone. So use that opportunity to get the rubbish hook out of the deck. This can be performed by simply bringing the rubbish hook vertical. That will break up the deck around the tine enough where you can pull it out. On a particularly thick deck, that might not work, so you'll have to go with plan B, and that is to use your boot as a fulcrum to lever the rubbish hook out of the deck. The final portion of the operation is the louver and clear. We consider this a 3-step process. Push, pull, and clear. And pushing is when you push down on the near side of the louver. That's going to cause that section to louver away from you, allowing it to act as a shield for those products of combustion that might be coming out of the structure. Pull, you're going to grab the far side of the louver and you're going to pull it vertical. And the last part is clear, and this is where we're going to actually clear that ceiling below so we can get all that product out. You want to step below your louver and clear on the far side of the louver first, so you're still in a relatively safe zone. Then come back and clear the near side. Now in clearing the ceiling, you want to use the handle end of the rubbish hook as opposed to the tine end. Reason for that is there's a lot of stuff inside of a roof that those tines can get hung up on, whether it's structural members or conduit, wiring, insulation. If you use the handle, you're less likely to get caught up. Now in doing so, if you just punch right through the middle of the ceiling, you're just going to make small holes, and it's going to take a long time to get a hole big enough to let all the products out. So instead, use the handle to stitch along the members, because those are your connection points. So if you break those connection points loose, then you can actually drop huge panels at a time. Now if conditions dictate, we can just extend this hole by cutting an additional hole directly below it.